Hello, my name is Attila and welcome to my YouTube channel, my Patreon page, Twitter, Facebook, whatever you are following. This video will be posted on my YouTube, and exceptionally it will be a much more lengthy video, including discussion about the Devil card, which was the card of the day a couple of days ago, and the card for today, and the 3-card reading for today, which also normally it's available exclusively through my Patreon page, but as I said, exceptionally today's video will be freely available on all my platforms, but you can see the whole video on my YouTube channel. So I was asked what kind of deck I recommend to use for readings, and said that there are plenty of decks one can use. What is very important to understand is that each deck relates on its own body, soul, spirit, and relates to a specific system, and these things cannot be transposed from one deck to another. So if you choose to work with the Rider deck weight, with the Rider weight deck, then you have to use the system proposed by Arthur Edward Waite. If you choose to work with the Aleister Crowley deck, then you need to learn Crowley's thoughts on tarot, Kabbalah, astrology, and use his interpretation of the cards. If you choose to work with the Attila deck, then you need to work with the system Attila used. These things all at some level are related and transposed from one another, because when Arthur Edward Waite chose to create his own deck, he relied mainly on Mather's book The Tarot, and that was based mainly on Attila interpretation of the deck. Still, there are differences between these decks, and you can transpose one thing from the other. Some of the people are working with my deck, and recently a friend of mine told me that my alchemical system is fantastic. Well, my deck is based exactly on the correlation between astrology, numerology, alchemy, and Kabbalah. I researched for almost 3 decades these relationships and developed a system that incorporates all these aspects together, and these aspects are complementary to each other. However, you can take out the alchemical part from my deck and use it in another system, in another deck, because it doesn't work like this. Because Attila, Waite, or Crowley used a very different astrological system, which doesn't work with my method and my system, because they are completely different. So now let's go back to the Devil card. Here are the 3 decks I was talking about. The Attila deck, the Rider Waite deck, and the Aleister Crowley deck. People ask me why my interpretation of the Devil card was lighter, has a brighter meaning, interpretation than in many other decks. And to understand these things, I will have to talk a little bit about all these decks and the difference between these decks and my deck. So let's begin with Attila. In Attila's deck, the devil card is numbered 14 and it's called Major Force. The straight meaning of the card is major force, great movement, vehemence, extraordinary effort, strength, extraordinary power, powers. It also can signify energy, pulse, leaps of genius, robbery, violence, physical worth. In reverse position, the card signified lightness, weakness, maleness, sagging. This was how Attila saw the devil card. Now, coming to the Rider-Waite deck, we must know that when Waite started working on his own deck, he used mainly MacGregor Matters' book, The Tarot, Matters being one of the founders of the Golden Dawn. Matters, when he put together his book, also relied on two sources. On the one hand, he used the Paul Christian interpretation of the Major Arcana cards and Attila's interpretation of the Minor Arcana cards. So, Paul Christian, on his name Jean-Baptiste Piotris, was a French author best known for the History and Practice of Magic, published in 1870. Talking of the devil card, Paul Christian called his card Typhon. It has numbered 15, and in general meaning it was represented fate. In the divine world represented predestination, in the intellectual world mysteries, and in the physical world the unforeseen fatality. Typhon is the spirit of catastrophes who rise out of flaming abyss and brandish a torch above the head of two men chained at his feet. This description brings us back to Eliphas Levi, depiction of the Baphomet, and this was transposed by Pamela Coleman Smith also in the picture of the devil card from the Rider-Waite deck. Depicts in the book of Pictorial Key the imaging from the card, rather giving any very practical interpretation for the divinatory meaning of this card. In my post on Patreon, I will publish for this video all the text I'm talking now about, because this text could be useful to dig deeper into these things. It's no point to read myself from these books and give you all the story. Waite refers to Eliphas Levi, to Papus and things like that, but without giving very clear meanings for these cards. Finally, we go to Aleister Crowley and his devil card, as we can see. Now, what the devil card means for Crowley, based on the Kabbalistic association of the Hebrew letters with the zodiac signs, the devil card represents Capricorn. Now, this is a very interesting aspect, because mostly we have this very evil feeling and impression about the devil card, but actually we are talking about Capricorn, and Capricorn, it's a normal zodiac sign like any other zodiac sign, and it's no use to have a bad impression about it. So, one book I would recommend to read about astrology regarding the Golden Dawn system. It's Max Heindel and Augusta Voss Heindel's The Messages of the Star, a book published by the Rosicrucian Fellowship in November 1999. That is a book that shows you quite exactly how the cards should be interpreted in the Golden Dawn system. And there, according to this book, Capricorn represent struggles of existence, opposed to Sun, which signifies life. Saturn represents obstruction, and Saturn makes the weak spots in our horoscope where we are vulnerable and liable to go wrong. The teaching which Saturn gives may surmounted up in the motto, patient persistence in well-doing. So it's nothing evil or scary about the Capricorn, and I don't think it should be associated with the image of the devil. And here the discussion could be very, very large, and I don't want to get into it, but in a nutshell, we must understand that when the Golden System Dawn was put together, they based their teaching and their system mainly on the Kabbalah, and from the Kabbalah they took the astrological attributions, and I believe this is the wrong way to do these things, because the Kabbalah is not about astrology. The Kabbalah is about finding our way back to God, and it's not a secret that according to the Hebrew mysticism, astrology was something impure, not good to follow. So their approach to astrology is not the best approach. And as I said, it's a very, very large discussion, and what it's important to know is that how the cards were attributed to astrology based on Kabbalah is not the best way to proceed. I believe that we should do the other way around, find the most appropriate attributions of the astrological attributions of the card, and after we have all the 78 tarot cards associated with a specific astrological aspect, only afterward try to correlate it with Kabbalah, alchemy, and numerology. This is how I proceeded with my method, my system, and therefore in my deck the Bevel card, it doesn't represent the Capricorn sign, but it represents Saturn, which is the governing planet of Capricorn. And here is the interesting thing, and now I will also show you my card. I put it here over the Rider-Waite card. My Devil card, and generally the planets in my tarot deck are not in a natural position. So all the planets are in what I call 90 degrees fault position, are moved away from the position. So Saturn is not in Capricorn, but it is in Arias. And that's why the interpretation of my Devil card it's slightly different from how other people perceive the devil card, and it's good to know and understand this. So this is why how I see the devil, it's very different from what other people say about the devil card. Okay, I hope this small explanation about different cards and how to work with them was useful to you. And now we can move further, and let's see the card of the day for the beginning, and after that we can see the complete 3-card reading for the day. And of course I will use my own deck for this, because I believe my deck is the best deck for making readings and predictions. Because as I told you, it was very well researched, and all the aspects, astrology, alchemy, Kabbalah and numerology, were correlated, and they are providing additional information to each other. So this will be the card of the day. Let's see how this relates to the other cards. So the card of the day. So here we have the 6 of Cups in reverse position, and the reverse 6 of Cups signifies cruelty. This is the other thing I try to teach you with all these readings, what we can do when we are confronted with a card in reverse position. There are 2 methods to approach this thing. One is the alchemical process attached to the card, which in this case is sublimation, and by applying the process of sublimation you can reverse the card and put it back to its natural position. What sublimation means? In sublimation, practically you have to dig deeper and find the origin of your feelings, because in this case we are talking about a water card. It relates to our emotional level, so we have to dig deeper inside of us and replace the feeling we have right now with a better feeling, and find the motives behind our current bad feeling, because if the card is reversed, it means that we are not feeling right. So we must find what hurt us and what we can do to reverse this feeling and have a positive feeling, which is pleasure in the case of 6 of Cups. The other way to reverse a card is to find its counterpart, which in this case is the 6 of Discs, and work with it. So the 6 of Discs, it represents prosperity, and it means that by work, by putting an effort into what we are doing, we can change our current situation. So to change our bad feelings now, we need to focus on work. Now let's see the complete 3-card reading for the day to understand the cause of this reversed 6 of Cups. And here we have the 6 of Wands, which means that we were quite reckless. We let ourselves led into various temptations, and now we are feeling bad about that. That causes the the current situation. And what is the outcome? Well, cool enough, we get back to the devil card, the card I was talking about earlier. So what the devil card signify? Once again, if the devil card is straight, it means that it's Saturn in Arias in the first house, and it means delights. It means that you can leave all the moral restrictions and traditions a little bit behind and relax for a while. Enjoy the life as it is for a moment. Forget about ambitions, forget about social position, forget about work, forget about all these life, normal life things, and relax a little bit. If you relax a little bit, it will not be harmful. It's only harmful when you exaggerate. Therefore, when the devil card is reversed, then it means conditioning. It means that you become addicted of pleasure and you will hunt the pleasure with enemies, and that is not good for you. But when you only enjoy the life a little bit, you are happy for what you have, for what you got in this moment, no matter how little it is, you enjoy it, you enjoy a little bit of life, that is a good thing. This was the reading for today. I hope it was helpful. I hope you enjoy it. I'm sorry, I'm still not feel very well. Have struggled breathing, but I hope I will get better, and I hope I can continue with these daily readings. It will be free, the daily card, on my YouTube channel. If you like this video, please consider subscribing. Like this video, share this video, comment. I will answer to your comments. If you have any suggestions, have any questions, please give me a comment. Also, the complete 3-card readings are only available through my Patreon page for $17 a month, 6 readings a week. If you want to learn, if you want to know these things, consider subscribing there. I think $17 is a small fee for this effort, for doing these daily readings for you. Have a nice Sunday, have a nice week, and see you again tomorrow. Goodbye and best wishes.